Hello and welcome to another edition of Metallic Reviews, the show where I take an honest look at the harder side of music and give it an honest rating. I have to apologize, as you can probably tell, I've been sick. Yeah, it hadn't been fun. So unfortunately, I was unable to get the upload out last week, but that means y'all get double the reviews today. I'm not going to blab anymore, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, let's begin by heading into somewhat progressive metal territory to examine an album by a band that takes its cues not only from the said prog metal movement, but from metalcore as well. There's a terrific dash of periphery-esque gent, but we'll get to that here in a minute. Yes, it's Monuments and their new album In Stasis, which came out April 15th on Century Media. Now, this is a veteran band, and they've definitely made their mark in a scene dominated by the likes of, again, Periphery, Tesseract, Textures, bands like that. So, how do these genre mainstays do? Let's find out. First off, there's a terrific sense of push and pull on this album. Clean and rough vocals do battle in a beautiful dance of songwriting that both pummels and soothes at the same time. Now, I'm quite fond of this, especially on the Tesseract-like song Somnus. The album grows in both beauty and ferocity as the listener winds his way along the path set out by the band. Now, I've got to give a lot to vocalist Andy Chizek, who does a terrific job in bringing each successive track to life. It's a terrific nod to the more brutally atmospheric parts of the gent world, and I dig each new one. This is backed up by terrific guitar work courtesy of John Brown, and I enjoy how he uses melodic dissonance to paint the soundscape for Chizek to sing and scream over. I've also got to give a lot to the rhythm section on here. Bassist Adam Swan is all over the neck, following the differing time changes and subtle shifts that really make the album come together quite nicely. And drummer Mike Mallion surrounds this nucleus with a frantic performance, using the full kit to his advantage and playing to all the album's greatest strengths. Again, it's all part of that push and pull aspect that vaults the record over the top terrifically. I especially enjoyed his performance on aggressive album opener No One Will Teach You, and the only slightly softer Makeshift Harmony. Both Swan and Mallion need to be commended for their performances here, as they help carry the album brilliantly. There's also some top-notch lyricism on here. From No One Will Teach You's thunderous breakdown, streaming the title over and over before declaring that hate is perpetuated to facilitate greed, to Arch Essence's Roses, Thorns, and Broken Spirits. I guess my only complaint is that Closer the Sumerian feels a tad out of place at over 8 minutes on a record where everything else is between 4 and 5 minutes, but that's hardly a complaint. The song itself is terrific. All in all, I can't really find anything I horrifically disliked about the record. It's going to be an acquired taste. It was a little bit for me, but it's definitely one I'm willing to swallow again. It gets a very strong 4.5 out of 5. Next, we're going to head to Germany for our second album in 3 reviews from this particular nation. This time, we're going to be looking at an album by a band who, arguably, are the kings of German metalcore. In fact, they may be the only metalcore band from Germany with this kind of platform. In any case, they've been one of the busiest bands in the entire genre lately, dropping 3 singles, an EP, and a full-length, all in the span of about a year, give or take. Yep, they used the pandemic to their advantage, definitely. It's Caliban and their new album Dystopia, released April 22nd on Century Media. We had a terrific album from this label in part 1, but will they repeat? Let's find out. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. The album is killer. It really is. It reminds me a ton of bands like Motionless in White and Sempiternal era Bring Me the Horizon, in that it's metalcore driven by writing in keys that are easy to sing in and pushing the boundaries of what is generally accepted as being metalcore. They do this without sacrificing any of the heaviness that bands like Unearth and Hatebreed feed into the genre. In fact, I go so far as to say that it's like a collaboration between those two, with small bits of modern Asking Alexandria thrown in to really give it that final punch, that final oomph. My favorite tracks on the album actually occur towards the back half. Darkness I Became is a terrific tune with a wonderfully put together chorus. Now that's sandwiched in between Swords and Dragon, which features a terrific guest outing from for Cowboys' Johnny Davey. Both songs, again, push that very anthemic, stick-to-your-brain style of metalcore present all over the album. Now, these are followed by Hibernate and Mother, both of which continue the pattern, but Mother's chorus has a bit more bite to it. Now, the album is extremely front-loaded when speaking in terms of general heaviness. The title track kicks off the album with a terrific chorus and a sick breakdown, even if its lyrics are a tad cheesy. Thankfully, the lyrics get a lot better as the album moves forward. But back to heaviness. Phantom Pain, Alien, and the aforementioned Swords all bust knuckles. The band moves away from the anthemic and into the pounding, without losing the melody that attracts the listener to begin with. They do this quite nicely, shifting sounds around so as to attract rather than repel. The chorus on Alien is particularly interesting, as it never quite goes completely clean, but toes the line between vitriolic and angelic very, very well. Virus and Ascent of the Blessed are nice as well, although the latter does kind of get lost in the overall mix of things. In all, Caliban have released a very, very good album here. In fact, I think I liked it a little bit more than the Monuments album from earlier. It's punchy, it's heavy, it's anthemic, it's subtly atmospheric in places. It just works. Yeah, some of the lyrics are a little bit cheesy, and one or two songs do take a bit of a backseat to the others. But overall, it rocks. Check it out if you haven't. Dystopia by Caliban gets a well-earned 5 out of 5. Thank you so much for watching. Click like and don't forget to subscribe for more metal reviews. Next time, we remain in German form as we get to examine one of the biggest metal releases of the entire year. It's Rammstein and their new album Zeet. I hope you'll join me. You've been watching Metallic Reviews, where I give honest ratings to honest music, and I'll see y'all next time.